everybody, it's What a Tale Wednesday again, and today we're gonna be continuing our Delta Quadrant story arc, and today we're doing Kobali Aid. And so obviously I do these in front of you guys, and some of them you can't redo, unfortunately. So, like the Kobali front, I can't really do that. That one I can't read. They won't let you replay it for some reason. One day I'll go back and get a good show you. Actually, once I do this, I'll be doing it on my. I can redo some of these on my other character that I'm doing and show you what it looks like. Sure, one's gonna be a bored dude, and the other one's a Romulyan female, but hey, you know what? We're all inclusive here. So, because it makes the best sandwiches. Anyways, it made no sense, but it sounds good when you mix peanut butter and jelly, that's kind of like inclusive, like you get good ideas, come on, brainstorm, work with me. Basically, though, what I'm trying to say is we're going to go down to this Kobali front, and there's a whole planet that we got to go down and check out. We're looking for a guy named Harry Kim's the one who contacts us, but we're going to be helping out Harry. He's on down there. He wants us to. Players are sent to the Kobali Adventure Zone to assist General Quinil commanding the Kobali fight against the invading Vaudoir. Once there, the officer Captain Harry Kim assists in the coordination of support, but also helps in uncovering the Kobali's darker secrets. And there are 3 acts: Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. We'll see how much we can get done today within an hour or two's episode. About maybe 10. It's 8:30 right now for me. I'll be doing these What a Tale Wednesdays every Wednesday at 8:30. We're gonna get Thirsty Thursdays in. That'll be probably around 6:30 to 7. I'm on the Pacific Coast here in Western Washington, on the Pacific coastline of the United States of America. I'm way up north, closer to Canada than I am Mexico, right above Oregon, which is above California, which is next to Idaho. Which, if you don't know any of those, you're not gonna have. Who knows? I come from the land of the largest octopuses. Right, there you go. And I'm telling you, the calamari up here, oh my lord. So here we go. We're gonna head to the Kobali front, and it's kind of funny. It's called a cabal, and I wonder if this is. Sometimes writers like to do this, where they leave you hints in the story. You see it a lot in Star Trek because everything's representation of some sort of moral truth, or things that humans we have gray areas and we're not really sure, and it helps us to use a story and stuff to be like, either let's not do that again, or this is something great we've learned from it and we want to emulate that. That is how humans are, and it's how we've always been, and it's how we will always be. That's an innate nature of humans to record things that way. We call essentially first history ever, things we used to wanted to remember, we call myths. And then it goes legends, and then folk tales, and then history, or his story, as some people like to call it, because there's a little bit of that. Anyways, we are actually at the research base of Clan Mac, and you can see this other guy here. Right? It looks all dark and eerie, like, oh my gosh, it's an evil spaceship. I don't know, I've never met the guy. He looks super nice. Anyways, we're going to go to the Kobali system and go talk to Harry Kim and the people down there, and we'll find out exactly what is going on. And you can message me during this if you have questions or anything like that. I'm more than willing to, talk with people and say hi and all that. I swear I'm just this weird in real life, so you don't have to worry about any kind of weird fake stuff. Just ask my wife. She's talking against her right now. Just captured crossword. Yeah. Alright. And that is my little girl. She's listening to Cocomelon. I think I just pushed the planet, if I remember. It's been a while since I've been here. Let's just, there we go. Beam to Kobali. There we go. And so, obviously I'm a Borg, and this is like my first officer, right? He's a florist. But I was like, I think I have, if I remember, I have quite a few, more than one Borg, and I could do a whole Borg. If I remember, I could be wrong. And I don't. That's on the other character. One day I want to get, like, the other human Borg with this character. I thought I had it. It's on. I had it for free when I was used to play this on PC. I just logged in there, and it was a special thing that you could get. Just see how much that actually is. Get a halt to that. I don't be flying around everywhere. So, because now, if you've got, like, you saw that I have a hologram of Admiral Janeway, and she actually will literally turn the dead into Borgs. I don't know how a hologram does that. It's got to have somehow Borg nanites essentially on it to even start that process. So that we could say that we know that somehow the hologram has got the nanites on it. Maybe it's on the hologram's little what do they call that? It used to be the Doctor had it on Voyager. It's a little clip on the arm that allow them to go anywhere basically. We got all kinds of cool stuff going on. This is Mud's Harry Mudd. If you're an original series fan, it's that Harry Mudd. And if you've seen Discovery, you know. So this is procure the EMH Bridge Officer. We already got that on one. You can actually buy that same EMH Bridge Officer on. You can just with the lithium, you can get it for free basically. You gotta play the game, obviously. It's not just like you don't just give it to you. You gotta work for it. It's kind of cool, but it makes it worth it. Out of the Phoenix prize packs, they're giving those out for free. Just go to Deep Space Nine, look for a Ferengi who's on the promenade, and he'll be sitting behind his stool. I think he's next to the Bajoran Temple, and it's just you'll talk to him in the Phoenix prize pack. I'll show you that later because I still got to pick that up. This is the Legendary Dominion bundle. So this was released earlier. So PC already has all the finished out of the the newest story arc they're doing. We're still waiting for it on here. I'm hoping they do it. Otherwise, I'm going to be pretty sad. Unfortunately, I'm going to be like, well, they completely ignored us. Didn't care. What they really should do though is come out with some actual Borg ships. That would be pretty sweet. Because you can be a Borg now. I mean, why would if you can be all kinds of stuff, but they don't have like Borg ships. You can Borg out your ship. You can get special things to make your ship more Borg-like for sure, and it will do its ship sets, things like that. So I mean, it's definitely for sure. It's like you're not stuck not looking like a Borg ship. I'm just like it'd be cool to actually have like the cube and those sorts of things, right? I'm looking for it. Where is it? Come on. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So it's like $5. So this is the original Bridge Officer you could get. It has the same bonuses. This I used to do. I used to try out some of their stuff for them on the public test servers back in the day. On PC, I haven't done that in forever. But when you did that, this is what you got for free for doing that for them. Was this Borg one? And I might do that. I might look into doing public test servers for them again, since I'm doing Twitch, so it'd be cool to be able to keep up with you guys. And I need to get back on that, but I was doing some of that same stuff for Sea of Thieves, and I've never been the best tester, but I have tested actually quite a few games. It used to be it's not around anymore, but they used to have the Matrix Online. Believe it or not, that was a great idea. It'd probably do wonderful these days, but it died. It was really hard to get people in on it. It had a lot of glitches. I mean, right off the bat, like the keys used to be like when you bought a game, you had to have like a 16-digit number code that you'd put in, and it would unlock it and let you play it. And they had like glitches with that right off the bat. I was one of the people who helped find that. Anyways, so $5. I'll see if my wife will let me spend $5. Hint, hint. Hey, lover. Do you mind if I buy this? Thank you. So that's pretty cool. I don't actually really have to ask my wife. Just let each other know. She gets her stuff. I get my stuff. She's this is another one. I think this is this is the Borg for Klingon, and I have that on the Klingon characters. I'm pretty sure you have to be Klingon to get that. So, ooh, there we go. And so, anyways, we'll get that, and I'll get a whole board team going, and it'll be kind of cool. Um, I've seen the Riemann one. I've got that on my Romland. I've got one. So, and I was like, dude, I kind of want to get back to where I was with the having the working on having a whole board team, right? I mean, I think that how cool is that to be walking around with like full Borgs. Um, it's really weird. Honestly, there's nobody. As my phone says, there's nobody watching right now that I'm aware of. I don't really know, but it's kind of I do this so just for you YouTubers who do watch my stuff. Let's get back here. And I'd recommend that too if you're married. Like always just be checking with the other person. Just because I used to not do that. My wife we used to not communicate on when we first got together, like almost 10 years ago. And man, you can blow through money so fast that way. It's not even funny. So it's actually like to me, like I'm saying, just it's really cool just to make sure. And there's the board got this one actually makes it. I think you got this free one Tribble too, if I remember on PC years ago. And this what this used to do is it makes you kill board easier. Basically, it gives you buffs. Let's see here. Uh, Bridge officers. So here are Andorian, and these are not just Andorians. These are the ones who use their the psychic ability. They're from the northern area where it's like super permafrost frozen kind of thing on Andoria. That's already a frozen planet. And that came out during the Enterprise era. And of course, here we got these cat ones. This is just a throwback to like long time ago. And then Cyborg Miracle Worker Bridge Officer. I have a real hard. So that's a cyborg, a half human, half There's a lot more cyborgs, or people have a lot more computer parts in than in early eras of Star Trek. I mean, they have to go cyborg because technically Data is supposed to be the only android before Picard's series. So that I just always had a hard time. A little bit with Discovery, seeing some of their robots, and now I'm like, okay, so they're cyborgs. I can work with it. I like the show. It just there's a few times where I'm like, what the heck is this? Riemann for those. I've always wondered because I'm like, I have it, but it won't let me. And join your Romulan Republic. There it is. So there we go. Bam. Look at that. We should be able to just clean it. Let's check our stuff. Is there... my kids have been grounded, so they've been... man. I just really walk around sometimes going like, I hope I'm a good parent. But, they say that good parents do. If you don't do that, I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're a bad parent. I don't know if that actually means that. So she is 7 of 7. 7 of 9. And she's engineering. Okay. So I just need to get rid of one of my older engineering officers that I've never been attached to. And I try to upgrade my crew so I'm working with full purples, right? And I don't think I'm firing them. To me, I'm like, I'm not firing them. You're being... See, because that's a purple. Trill. Blue. And Klingon purple, keeping that one. One day I'll replace them. So, and these guys, to me, I'm like, they're going off. I'm never gonna. I can't get rid of her without putting someone else who looks like my wife in there. That was I did that for her. She really wanted someone in there. Not really wanted, but she thought it would be cool. I was doing it. We kind of make stories together that way. So, and I actually thought I might replace her. This is my first. This is the first one I think everybody gets. Sheepy one. And there's, right, I mean, look at that. It's got 3 highly decorated and all that. So let's see who else. So I have one that's an easy out. And I'm like, not really. Here's 1, 2, and 3. He's blue, so it's green one. So I think, yeah. So what I'll probably do here is just be like, dink, I take all her stuff, right? And I'm not in my head. I gotta like make stories for these sort of things because to me, I'm like, dude, okay, this is a commander, and about to, I've had a lot of missions. I get attached and all that stuff. Not like directly horribly attached or anything like that, but where I'm just like, I want it to make sense. All right, we're gonna dismiss Zahar. She was my main engineer, so we're gonna have a new main engineer who's Borg, and the story for Zahara is the she quit because I couldn't pronounce her name right. No, she's going on to be her own captain. Remember, but to me, she was like an older woman, and she had like a lot of experience. Actually, half blind in an eye, because that's why she wore that thing. Is because she's had an accident years ago that really tempered her when she was much younger, and like she treats safety super serious. I kind of modeled her somewhat off of an old safety officer I knew. He was like super cool. Um, and another safety officer, and she was really, really. I liked the way she went about things most of the time. I mean, don't get me wrong. People complain, and I try to. I gotta learn to give the benefit of the doubt a little bit more often. More patience, basically. All right. Now we're gonna get our new officer here. Join 707. One of us. She's a cadet, and so we're gonna have to rank her up. She'll be our new main engineer. Somewhere. What the? Okay, that's weird. Maybe I have to get out and go back in.
Go sit down or you're about to go to bed.
Oh no, are you upset again? That's my littlest Daisley. Oh, seriously? So, like, I accepted her and then she's, like, nowhere to be found? That's an interesting glitch. I'm like, join us, and no! I don't want to join you. You can't make me. Let's see here. Well, let's see if we can't figure this glitch out, because that's kind of annoying. That's, you know what I mean? Like, to have all that and all of a sudden it's gone. Like, what the heck? Otherwise, I gotta send in a ticket, and I gotta hope that whoever gets it, really, cares enough to help me out, even though it's not a big deal, that sort of stuff. So let's see what happens here. There we go. Come on. So like, not now. Okay. So it's certainly acting like I have someone here. Aha, 7 to 7. Okay. And we're just gonna say convert to manual. So I guess this is a cool way to get free manuals, huh? Engineering action beam allows you to train one bridge officer and the use of a new ability. Let's see here. What's this? Reroute power at shields. That would be super useful. I'm just gonna go with that one for now. It's fine. I already got her, so and I'm not worried about trying to. We'll get to that stuff later. So I actually just wanna, because I'm gonna be using her next. I wanna make sure she's got everything she needs, right? So, and this is my other one I'm gonna be using. So to make sure they have all that. She's a Borg. So I'm thinking she's gonna be running like, say, anti-Borg stun pistol. Stun pistol. What the? No, probably not assault. And I'm doing kind of the assault thing. Oh, wow. We got any? There we go. Sniper rifle. Now we're talking. Boom. All right. Oh, I wonder if I can actually, if they'll use it if I gave them summons a level 66 Horta. Consumed on use. Anyways, so we're going to play around with those a little bit later. So now that we got that, I want to make sure though that my character here, she needs to have some good stuff. Who's this on? It's definitely not. Steal it from her. Nice. Alright. So we will beam down and switch her out with an engineer. That'll give us a science officer, an engineer, and me tactical. And of course, yeah, let's do it. I gotta remember to upgrade her to higher levels so that I can have everything unlocked. And I don't actually upgrade all my officers. One, I don't. I mean, it's actually I only really need to have 4 command for space and 4 command for ground. Since I just got rid of my main engineer, upgrader 7 of 7 here to there we go. Now we got all the works here. Let's go find. Aha. And we'll start our little hunting down the Cabal. So I wonder if there's a Kobali. It's called Kobali, and we know that there's a dark secret. We gotta find it out. Or the Kobali, I should say. Here we go. Delta 1. Kobali Act 1. Let's make that primary. We gotta find out what the Vaudois are doing here and why is everything so weird. So they've been attacked. Harry Kim, Captain Harry Kim, called us down. And we're here. Sent here by Starfleet to help them out. Stop the Cabal. To stop these people from doing what they're doing. But as you can see, we've got Romulans, Starfleet, right? There's more Starfleet. Different people in Starfleet. There's Harry King himself. Can't really talk to him, unfortunately. That would be nice if you could do that. You just say, give them like 5 random things to say. I think they should do that. People are going to want to interact with the characters from the show and stuff. But in something like that, where you can just walk up and talk to them every time. Let the nerd have fun, right? Alright, so we're going to need to speak with different people or something.
You're part of the reinforcements that everyone was talking about. Please, you have to stop the Vaudois. We can't lose our home. Not after it took us so long to find it.
I promise you I will do everything I can do to help. Right? That's your typical hero stuff. That's your kind of leaders say, it depends if as a leader you gotta prove if you're serious. Or if you're gonna be like a president. So. This is something I don't understand why she's in high heels. But whatever. That would hurt so bad to walk around like that.
5th time I've been in the med bay. Don't think I can go out again after this. Could you take over for me? Everyone here is so scared of the Vaudois. Someone has to be strong.
I will make the stand against those Vaudois. So they're obviously being attacked by the Vaudois. These are not violent people. They've been they're actually, I believe, like kind of pacifists, some of them. So they're not used to even fighting. I had a buddy of mine years ago. He's a really cool guy, but he didn't know how to fight. It's just not his thing. I think he got mugged and beat up one time and stuff taken. He's like, he felt kind of embarrassed. And I was like, dude, not everybody's a fighter. We don't all have to learn to fight. That's not some of us, yeah, but it's what I mean? That's not everybody. So it's good to help each other out, right? And that's what we're here on this planet to help them out.
My brother, my sister, they're both dead. I couldn't help them. You have to avenge them. Make their deaths worth something. Do what I could not.
Vaadwaur will pay for everything they have done to you.
Thank you.
And this
It
is
may
a
not
very
seem like
interesting
much, but you've given those
question of
soldiers
this.
hope. We have several officers who were recently promoted, who might need some additional training, as well as several tasks that could use your presence. Would you mind taking one of them along to let him shadow you? There is so much we could learn from an experienced Starfleet officer.
Of course. Your officers can shadow me. What tasks need to be done, and give me a list. We'll get it done. Get it up there to Starfleet. Make sure you got all the medical supplies.
Many groups of our soldiers have become demoralized over the course of this war. I've tried my best to motivate them, but nothing has worked. They are all aware you are an expert commander with more battle experience than any Kobali. Could you visit groups of our soldiers and motivate them to keep fighting?
I'll go find one of your groups of fighters and then help motivate your soldiers. Give them the good old Earth speech, we like to call it, from Braveheart. It's really famous back in the day. It's something like they can take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. Or I don't know, maybe I'll give them a couple of quotes from Total War series, like A2 Brute or something another. There we go. Welcome, viewer. It's doing what's the story? What a tale Wednesday. Oh man, what a tale! What a tale! Wednesdays. Well, this is kind of so. This is for memory. This is actually pretty big. It's going to take place all throughout this area. We got the western outskirts, and yet they have plenty of other, like the Dyson Sphere, New Romulus. It's all going to be kind of similar. New Romulus actually was kind of like the first large planet area that you could go, and it's going to have its own instances within instances within instances, its own story arc thing going on. As you can see, there's a Kobali temple. They got trenches, eastern outskirts, western outskirts. Go into a forest. They got all kinds of stuff here, man. This is, it's just insane how large it's gonna be. Lower mountains, right? You got open mission, supplying, denying stuff. I don't know what that is, but we will find out what that is. So we're gonna have a little fun, just kind of exploring each and every little area all the way up to the summit. This is gonna take a while because, like I said, there's three acts to it. We're in Act 1 here. He says, "Greetings, Admiral. One of our recently promoted officers is ready to shadow you. He's eager to see you in action and learn whatever you can. Are you ready?" And I say, "I'm ready. Call the captain."
Reporting for
out.
duty, sir. It is a pleasure to watch you in action, sir.
Alright. This guy's... And of course, you got a Klingon who's doing that. He's probably the perfect dude for that sort of thing, And we're gonna go over here and get these guys encourage the depressed soldiers. And of course, they're depressed because they're kind of losing versus these very. The Vaadwaur who used to have outdated technology but were very warlike, and now they're not outdated. They have a friend who's giving them the more powerful technology, and then of course they're trying to take over the Delta. We're only seeing a small part right here, the Delta Quadrant, and yes, that is the symbol of the Borg. These are the old symbols right there. They're from the Next Generation is where that was invented. Anyways, but this is a small little area of the Delta Quadrant, and it says in the Voyager they used to rule that entire area. Like this was them before. I shouldn't say before the Borg, but the Borg must have been a farther outreached area somewhere that's not this area, Delta Quadrant. You can see, I'd say we're probably, let's see here, we can get a rough guesstimate. Planet Earth, we know, is actually on the outer ring of the universe, galaxy. We're actually out here, kind of thing. But for, sake, it would be something like that. So we're probably talking about somewhere over here or so. And I don't think it would even be as huge as some of that. As we can see, this is massive amount of galaxies, and that's what makes Star Trek kind of cool. So they can continue adding on to it as far as you want. There you go, fight freedom, and yeah, woo, yeah, look at that.
Wow, I haven't seen the soldiers that motivated in a while. How did you know what to say to inspire them like that? I've tried before,
Braveheart.
but it did no good.
Braveheart and a little bit of jokes from the movie Die Hard. Old American classics from, what was it, like 300, 400 years ago? You don't get to be an admiral without learning how to inspire people. You'll learn it over time.
Interesting. Well, keep going. I'll watch what you do and see if I can do that in the future.
Let's go find some more soldiers to help out. And that is actually true. As I'm actually studying some leadership right now. And it is true that for the 10 different theories, more like 11, different theories of leadership or different styles, people are leaders, that you'll find is that the ability to inspire is in every single one of those theories that's been come up with all over the different eras since the 19th century. So 1830, I think, is the first time they came up with it. That was just it's called the Great Man Theory. Nobody really agrees with it. It's outdated with a lot of bad science from that era. Come on, you can do it. Would you sit here and die for nothing? I'm like, no. And let's see what else. You want to encourage the next troops? Easily. Oh yeah. Crawl into Daddy's lap. That's always good. That's encouraging. Oh man, is that your day? That's encouraging. All right, we're gonna encourage these depressed soldiers. We're gonna say. Something like, it is time for the good pounding of the ground, and we will find the ones who pound the longest. Will it be us or them? And they're like, That's insane.
This is Captain Kim. I found some information for you.
In slow motion. I was just kind of like, what? So, this is such an old school game. You love it because of the things you can kind of do with some of the animation and stuff. It's not as sensitive as like, say, Elder Scrolls Online.
Permission to speak freely.
Granted. What is it?
Something
Captain?
isn't right here. I've done some investigating, and I don't think the Kobali are being entirely truthful with us.
These people are under siege, and you're questioning them?
I have a history with the Kobali. A former crewmate, someone I cared about, died and was reborn as Kobali. She tried to rejoin Voyager, but it didn't work
Really?
out. Losing someone, and then finding them just to lose them all over again. I'm trying not to let my personal feelings cloud my judgment, and I didn't want to doubt the Kobali, but there's a developing pattern I can't ignore.
What have you found?
Not so much found as observed. The Vaadwaur clearly have superior firepower, tactics, and training, right? So why haven't they already wiped the Kobali out? They haven't hesitated to do so on other worlds. Sure, the Kobali have a shield around the capital, but they've been fighting the Vaadwaur for months now, and they're consistently losing troops and territory. I don't understand how the Vaadwaur haven't already taken the capital and finished this.
Unless the Vaadwaur's goal is not to take the city.
Exactly. There has to be some other objective for the Vaadwaur here, and we need to find out what it is. We have to help the Kobali, and we can't do it if we're blinded.
I want you to continue investigating this while I help them through war efforts. You're completely right there, Captain Kim. This obviously shows like where their real heart lies in. It's like what they're really trying to do, simply by just their tactics, right? Of what they're trying to save them. Right. Understood.
Understood. I won't let you down.
Excellent. I'll return to the general and see what else is needed. All right. Return to the general, and that is really weird. Oh no! So the Kobali seem to be a bunch of people made of reborn. Genetically modified.
We can't stop until the Vadwar leave our world.
Kobali Act 2. The Kobali have asked us for help, and it says this is a 3-part episode comprised of breaking the wall with our last breath and our chance, and then end our chance phase. If you have previously played these episodes, you can replay them using the console outside and to the left of the general. To the left of General Cornelius's command chamber in the Kobali City after completing Act 1 through 3.
We can't stop until the Vadwar leave our world.
Making wall. And this must be.
We can't stop until the Vadwar leave our world. Thank you for your assistance. Your presence here means we're not fighting alone anymore. That's more important than you know. My son is in the trenches now, and he could use your... Wait, what's that? The Vadwar are at the gates. You have to help us.
Alright, time to do some little Borg technology fighting. Here we go. Get on my battle outfit here. I wish there was an easier way where you could actually spin your guy around and show him off. They won't let me do that. I've got to go to chat settings, go to emotes, and do something like let's see. Exile. That's the one. So turn around. There it is. Kinda cool, huh? Anyways. So this is Act 2. Wally freezes Act excuse me, Act 3. Act 2. I literally just finished Act 1. You have previously played. What is going on here? Like, how am I doing Act 3? Whatever, that doesn't make sense. Here we go. Push back the Vadwar, they're attacking the city! Get these guys up. There's 2. That's weird. It stands for work. Whatever. definitely something weird going on because why would that's the same guy I think I fought.
Tim here. Something definitely isn't right. The General is waiting for you. I'll keep trying to figure this out.
Alright. Super odd. Still, yeah, that is awesome. Says, that was too close, Admiral. If you hadn't been here, your stand against the Vaudouar will give our people the motivation they need to keep fighting. And we will have so much more to do. If the Vaudouar had made it this far, then I fear for my son and his...
My son Jitanian is commanding our forces outside the city. The Vaudouar should never have reached us without so much as a warning from him. Something must have happened. Here is his position in the field. Take the nearby transporter and make your way to his command post.
Okay.
We can't stop until the Vaudouar.
This is, 4 parts. This combines the cavalry, the sun, temple project, the delta. Okay, so let's see here.
We can't stop until we've been fighting this war for nearly a year now. And it's taking a toll on our troops. We are a peaceful people. This is the first time my soldiers have been exposed to death and destruction on this scale. They're demoralized and depressed. I'm concerned about the long-term effects on their mental health. You have more experience than we do in battle. It would help if you could speak to our soldiers and share your insights. Please stop by the med bay. Some of the wounded there have asked to meet you.
So that's what started us talking to those people in the med bay and all that first. So we are on the right track. We're going to be doing, I believe, the sun is next. And after that, we'll be Aw. No, it should be. Anyways, just keep going. And, let's done a transporter somewhere. I don't know. Where's these transporters? Let's see here. Like something looks like a transporter. Looking outside. Up front here. So we're looking for something that's got a lot of circles, right? That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking this. She says, the transporter pad is offline, sir. According to my scan, it was disabled very recently. It seems there is a problem in the trenches. It looks like we're taking the long way. See Commander Janez. I fear so. We better start walking to the city outskirts. Well, here we go. We're gonna find out really how popular Captain Jamie was versus the other captains. At least we've got how many people are running with her and decided to take an effort to get that hologram. Woo! Just shot the shield.
We're hanging in there, but we could use your help.
Huracan, I have... You're the general's son.
Although I understand your confusion. Kobali reproduce by reanimating corpses and then integrating them into our society. We're assigned to existing family groups who teach and care for us. My first life was a long one. I don't remember it, however. I am Kobali, and my father is a source of inspiration and wisdom for me.
Wait,
my
what?
people do not reproduce in what you would consider a normal fashion. Instead, we use a genetic virus to alter the DNA of corpses from other species, reanimating them and transforming them into Kobali. We call this process rebirth. The process takes several months. Afterward, a new Kobali is assigned to a family group, who will help him or her adjust to our culture and learn our language. All memories of the Kinstaya or past life are left behind. It can be difficult to accept this new life. My father was of great help to me during this time. Some Kobali cannot accept the change and flee to search for their former lives. In these cases, it's our duty to find these lost souls and help them return.
Right. Why do we introduce this?
This is not something we normally discuss with outsiders. Suffice it to say, our ancestors experimented with forces they did not understand, and we were irrevocably changed by their folly. Faced with our own extinction, we found a way to survive. Now rebirth is the greatest gift we can give to the dead. Who wouldn't want a second chance at life?
So, we learned, just gonna pause here, we learned in episodes past, previous, that the head Vaadwaur guy, who looked like, kind of like snakes of some kind, and we've got, like, out in this area too, there's the dinosaurs, or a type of dinosaur, evolved out here from planet Earth, and we've got different reptilian races out here. So what we learned is that here on this planet, this is where there's massive amount of Vaadwaur, mass amounts of Vaadwaur stasis pods and stuff. So what if some of these died or something? And what we're looking at, like, look how that guy's head's shaped. He looks more like a, closer to a Vaadwaur, I would think, than species. But, so I'm wondering if maybe some of these guys are old Vaadwaur, and the Vaadwaur think they can change them back or something. Who knows? We'll see. I see. Or they could have been the Vaadwaur before they died and came back. And who's to say my people did, are probably the Vaadwaur who didn't go into stasis. And so they were irrevocably changed, for sure, like dead changed, you know. Or the ones in stasis weren't changed. Maybe that's why the Vaadwaur don't want to kill them. Because to them, they're still Vaadwaur. So I'm going to say, I see, the general said you needed...
Yes, we have two problems. Our transporters in our forward base have stopped working, and troop morale is low after the last attack. Could you give us a hand by getting more soldiers back into the fight? I'm still looking into the issue with the transporters.
I'll see what I can do for the soldiers. Alright, so, protective shield, out to the battleground, and Star Trek is online. He's got a lot of battleground stuff like this. Tell the soldiers to get back into the fight. Come on, guys. If I'm out here doing it, you should be too. It's 25%. Let's go for that. So we can't motivate these guys. We're a morale officer. Gotta find these guys. I gotta remember that this guy takes a while to warm up. You can see he was trying to get everything to pop off. Doing this, trying to do that. Try out. Sort of the word Vaadwaur. What's that? Wonder what it would think, right? People are being turned into Borg. You got 3 Borg walking around. Oh my gosh, they've aligned with the Borg in the Delta Quadrant. You know, here's a new story arc for ya. Ha ha. that's cool. Let's check out. Put him away. Yeah. I want to find out if that's one timers. Oh, it's got 10 charges. Okay. I gotta like. I hate that when they got these things where you can get them, but you can only use it like 10 times. It's from the Phoenix Prize Pack. Like, I can't fight again. Why?
Enemy target on
Gotta figure out where that. What was that? Here he is. That is a dilithium. So these are Horda, and they are crystalline creatures that are live. Kurt's era, and of course, in our planet, everything has to be made out of carbon. All life is carbon-based, meaning that it's the basic structure. So these are silica-based or rock-based structure. Come on, soldier, you can do it. Don't give up now. Yeah, he's just... found missions. You can scan the Vadwar device and discover weapons. No simple canister is an experimental area cloaking device. This can only mean that the Vadwar are infiltrating, hidden in their areas somewhere a device has been placed. You figure out how to overload the device. You create a plan to overload the devices that will electrify the hidden Vadwar. So, and that's just an extra one. You get extra dilithium and things like that, right? And there's quite a few extra ones like that here as well. So, I believe that's what the device looks like. Sabotage cloaking device. Scan. It says this way. Ah.
enemy target.
Did that, so decide like that because it's going to cause flanking damage if I'm hitting him or one of the friends are, right? Or officers, so you want to always do that. Take advantage of that flanking damage because that's going to either bring life and death or wipe people out the way. So I'm just going to insist this one. I'm going to follow a tricorder. Let's go find the rest of them. Don't give up, soldier. Get back in the fight. You're right, yes, sir. I believe in you. Don't let your father die for me.
Thank you. The soldiers have been beaten down so much I can barely keep them going. but they seem bolstered by the outside help. We still have no idea what's disrupting our transporters. Maybe you can find something on the Vaudoir or from any of their crates in that area.
I'll figure out how to get that transporter working. There's gotta be something with the attraction of those computers.
Randomly make stuff up.
Really helps if you hold down light.
Flanking down detected.
They're really got deep into the immersion here. They've got some sort of plasma thrower, like a flamethrower or something. I say. We're still looking for those cloaked things. We have put in place transport inhibitors in the area to block the Kobali advance. To your orders. Send the data to the Macbeth. We need a way to disable those inhibitors. Sending. The engineering team have found a wavelength of our tricorders getting meant to disable the inhibitors. Just need to get close enough to trigger it. Good work. Let's go disable the beacons.
A beacon. That must be a beacon. Must be a beacon.
Enemy
Yeah. There's another one.
enemy target.
Still looking for those things that are gonna make people go invisible.
Enemy target.
I'm gonna bring out my charger grenade. No water there. He's gonna eat that guy there. Ugh. Oh, that's the Borg. Yeah. He, totally simulated people. Freaking. That's not even. That's funny. So, where else we gotta go?
Flanking damage detected.
Nice. inventory's full, so
Go down here to replicator, recycle. Just gonna recycle all the stuff that's brown glass.
can recycle everything that's not purple. My temperature's high enough that if it's not purple, it's not useful to me.
Unfortunately.
And I'll if I've got like, got 20 of those right over there, I don't need much more. Vadwa cluster to YouTube. I'm gonna be trying that out. Got a original series guy that I want to try that one.
Enemy target unattacked.
And that's what happens when you do business in the middle of war zone. You get shot at. Let you do it. Pay attention to where they're shooting first. My daughter wants to play video games.
I'm so proud.
There we go, just gonna freak these guys out. Okay, looks like. Okay, here we go. Sun, so I need to go there. It's a. Okay, found missions. Here we go, defeat the Podbar. Traders. They got the same thing.
Enemy target
Gas out.
unattacked.
Fine. I may not be right, but I swear that guy just like beamed out. I guess he's smart. Some people he's already simulated, and it must have been like, I'm out of here. Not doing that. We're out. I didn't sign up for fight mode. So there's a lot of firefights in this. It's actually kind of, it's pretty exciting as you go through. We got to kill a bunch of other stuff. Nice, here we are. Supposedly around here somewhere. Is the thing I'm looking this must be just a safe area where I should have been selling my stuff.
Now we know.
These are transporters that aren't working. Let's keep going this way, okay. Let's see.
Captain Kim here. I need to speak to you as soon as you return to the city.
Okay, well, we're not going to do that quite yet because I still want to find the rest of those. This area, you can see the rest of those sabotage infiltrator. So we're going to go down. We'll actually find find some. No. There it is. Good to go. It's already primary. Oh, okay. Use 12 devices. I'm saying it's this way. I really doubt it, though. I'm willing to bet that. Is that the transporter? Yeah, so it's like, oh, here's a girl. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to.
Stop the bad guys, man. Come on, help me out here.
I guess technology still doesn't work with me even in the future either, unfortunately. So give me a second. I'm gonna put my baby to bed, and
Enemy target on
oh my gosh, just run back to the home. Give me a second, and I'm gonna put my kid to bed, and we'll finish some more of this, and at least we'll have a good place to start off, which will be the beginning of number 2. So I'll be right back. here we go. And let's go find those other invisible little things. And continue our little story here. Like, I don't think it's gonna be over here. It's right in front of me.
Enemy target spotted.
Target system in this sucks. Work. Alright. Real live? Yeah. Apparently not. Yeah, cool. Defeat Wildwar Infiltrator 66. We're still looking for some more. Probably plenty of them about, I'm guessing. Enough that you can kind of just walk around and find. I try to take on the much stronger guys. It's actually like you have your NPC help. I try to take on the ones that are tougher. Like with the shield, they're gonna take on the ones that don't have a shield. Together, we should be able to bring down most anyone. And then it's wait, a little different when you're playing this. Let's see. Oh, wow. Nice. So we're far enough away from the other one that we can use our... Ah! Sniper, get down. Use our tricorder finally. And that is the closer you are to one objective versus the other, it'll show the closest ones. This must be actual trenches. Tells me something exciting. Series. Yeah. But bam! Yeah. Let's get these guys.
Enemy target spotted.
I believe that's it. Bam. So now we just need to make it back to the transporter, which is way over there. And yeah, we'll be good. Get out of this enemy territory. like how everything's purple with these guys. Like, everything's purple. Vaadwaur, it's more like yellow. So, kneeling like that, you take less physical damage. You can actually do more damage this way. The Serpent Smasher. Accuracy. So if you're not a melee guy, it's always better to crouch. Harder opponents, you're trying to break a position basically. Almost there. Alright, let's beam back. And we'll go see what's going on. What Harry Kim has found for us.
I've been noticing something strange. When I first met the Kobali, they didn't seem to be a particularly religious people. Lindsay, Jedliah I mean, certainly didn't say anything about it. However, now, almost every Kobali I've met follows one creed. And there's a temple located just beyond the trenches. I've tried to find out more about their practices, but they keep telling me it's forbidden to share them with outsiders.
Do you think this is a religious
Maybe.
war?
But I don't remember the Vaadwaur having a particular belief system either. This may not be much, but I'll continue my investigations. Maybe this one is a dead end.
Keep at it, Captain Kim. I'm counting on you for that information. And yeah, it says go to Greece guy, I believe. It says the Vaadwaur shut down the transporter. They're devious, aren't they? With the transporter not operational now, we can easily send supplies for 4 days. That'll help. I'll let you know when we can use your aid again. But I'm sorry I cannot answer any more questions about our religion. Privacy is an essential part of our practice, and the temple is sacred space. Only Kobali are permitted to enter.
I'm sorry, but could you return later? I believe you need a break. You've already done so much for us. We couldn't possibly ask you for more. Thank you again.
Alright, and so that is the first part, and we'll get the second part here later, I guess. Speak with Captain Kim, again, it says. So we have to go back out here. Let's see what we're working on. It's just still part of the first act. This is my son, the temple of my people, and then the data report. So this is the first part. This is a third act. I think I'm actually just gonna get rid of that for now. Don't need it because we're only on the first act, right?
I've discovered a few interesting things that can help us with the Kobali. Do you have anything on your end?
Only that the general's acting really odd.
I've
What do
been
you have?
thinking. Our only way to find out what the Kobali are hiding is through the Vaadwaur. We need to find out where they're focusing their attacks, and then why. That may be able to shed some light on the situation.
Do you know how the Vaadwaur are communicating? I mean, with one another in the field? I mean, that if you can intercept what they're saying.
Yes. My crew was looking into why our signal jammers weren't working, and we found that the Vaadwaur have comm beacons in all of their camps that act as a miniature subspace array. They can't be jammed because they're shielded, and they provide all the Vaadwaur need for controlled, secure communications. Ingenious, really. I wonder if the Starfleet Corps of Engineers could whip up something like that for us. If Bellata were here, I'm sure she could. Anyway, if we could place a trace on one of the Vaudouar beacons...
We'd have access to all their communications.
Exactly. Once we find out where the Vaudouar plan to attack, we can reinforce the Kobali and find out what, if anything, they're hiding. There are 4 communications arrays in the trenches area. Planting a trace on each of them should allow the engineers on your ship to spy on the Vaudouar.
I'll handle putting the trace on the communication arrays. Alright. And it's about 7 minutes to 10 o'clock, so this is where I'll stop for now, and we'll pick it up next Wednesday on What a Tale Wednesday. And obviously we're going to have to go back into the trenches. We're going to go here, and all the way out to Trench 51. And of course, I believe it's right up here. That's the temple. That's what we're doing now, is the temple of my people. So we're going to get a trace on them and figure out what is going on with them and why. And I think it's time to beam back up to the ship and do our weekly investigation of Clan Max Space Station. And I do have some new stuff to show you today. We finally got the bar. It was done. It's 200 dilithium, and we're literally only get like somewhere like 8,000 a character a day, right? And we're pumping in, I think, 4 characters each, so that's 32, 64. 1,000 dilithium a day, you know. So we can. You can imagine that it took quite a while, but it was definitely fun. We did it within, I think, like a week and a half. But it's for sure. It's kind of cool. I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. We're gonna have to transwarp there, and we can finally transwarp. We have. Pretty much we're working on grade 2 right now of and yeah, that is Criminal Minds in the background. So here we go. Any minute now. No, you're fine. It's actually one of my wife's favorite shows. We used to watch this a long time ago. She must be getting into. She loves all the spies and mysteries, and I think a few of the ones I like are like Sherlock or Holmes. Those are pretty good. I just relate to those weird, smart dudes more. Criminal Mind current types. I honestly mostly smart. It's just depends on what avenue of life you're talking about. I always find it funny when none of our tests we've come up with to try to gauge intelligence of people are really all that accurate. We've had to redo our idea on what we think that is 1,000 times. And I mean, right now, honestly, just because we don't really use the IQ test anymore. That one that we think it just really tells people like you're good with your IQ test. And it was invented actually for as an Asperger's test to see how aware people are of the surroundings who have the that unfortunate syndrome. So, of course, it was remade, I believe, by a guy from Russia and later a man from France. And they just came up with more questions, and I believe that the first pointing system only went up to like 100 or something. It wasn't very far. So, most people that turn of the century only scored around 75. So, not turn of the recent century, the turn of the last one, 19th one. So it would score 75, which would be actually considered mentally handicapped to today's standards. So, and now we are on the fleet. So I'm gonna change out. We're not in combat anymore. This keeps me kind of grounded in the game. And I got different ones. This is my uniform for being a veteran. Playing this thing for like 12 years, man. 12 years, it's insane. I think the only other one I've played like this long is if I went back to World of Warcraft again or Lord of the Rings. This is it, though. This is the new bar. It's like super glowy. You can hardly see the bartender. He's a freaky bartender behind it. And you can see that there's actually glass. It's hard to see, but there's glass on top. You kind of see it that way. And it may not even be glass. That actually might be. Yeah, looks like it's glass goes up and over. That's a super cool bar. And I got our Ferengi bartender here, who we can't access quite yet. But I mean, I think it's really cool. And that's our chef there. And of course we got Romulans here, right? Republic. And it gives us these extra ones here. You get these glowing kind of looking ones, and up front you got the same sort of thing, just miniaturized on personal chairs for people. So that I would definitely say, at least for me, I'm, here you can say for most of Clan Mac, thanks for coming out. I mean, I'll show you some bit of our newer things. We have every single officer now for our duty officers, right? We can go down and give you 3 seconds. Show you at least some of those. I already showed the tactical officers, so we'll do engineering and I think I already did science too, so it's just engineering we need to do. Who should be? I'm trying to remember. Operations officer. So this is one of them. And as you can see, operational issues. Dabo, that's an participate at a festival on a local colony. This is all operations, not just engineering, operations. So that means, just what we should be doing day to day as explorers and diplomats to the universe. Right? That's the idea. And let's see here. This is the other here. I think we actually have it's a repair engineering officer, so we can actually repair our ships now here. We don't have that guy yet, but we do have this where you can ship customization, I believe. No, not yet. I lied. It's alright. And this is just the other. There it is. So that was our operations. That's I don't want to say HR. Encompass it, but it was close. Here's our engineering officer. There we go. This is our head engineer, and you can see we can go assemble ship repair components. You can actually make stuff, batteries, prototypes. Of course, we've got engineering assignments, assist with the demolition of, anyways, you can see it. All kinds of stuff here. And man, I need to get more money going on. But yeah, that's it for these dudes here. And we're actually working on a lithium mine. Sweet. Now it just took a lot. You see 180 experience. I mean, look at the marks alone are stupidly insane. They want 5,500. Like, we've been pouring into that every day. And that looks like my triples just out working. It's super duper. It's the one backside of having these back thing, having triples. Like, don't get me wrong, I actually like them. They can be useful for easy healing yourself and that sort of thing. Here we go. Yeah, this can be more problematic sometimes. Just destroy. And there are experiments you can run on this. There's a new one right there. I'm gonna keep that guy. That you can get genetically modified tribbles. That's in the science area. I'll show you that. Actually, I don't think that one's kind of cool. That's our science officer. So this is engineering. Obviously, there's literally this straight up looks like engineering. It's got the color for engineering, literally on the carpet floor. And right, you can see Chief O'Brien in one of these places working on, this sort of thing. Next to this area. Then down right, you can actually. That's the sound of the delivery. So I think there's 3 or 4 of those on the station. It's not a warp core because it's not creating a warp field, but it does work in the same dynamic of creating about the same amount of energy for something like this. Of course, like I said, there's like 3 or 4 of them here. So I already showed you that guy. That was our head medical dude, so I'm going to show you the science officer. I believe that you guys have not seen yet. So here is our head science officer here at Clan Mac. She does all kinds of stuff. I'm not even kidding. Special projects. Watch this. Alien artifacts. Triple genetic engineering. Right there. So we're going to go to genetic engineering grade 3. I want to try out a polygon grax. I don't even know what that matron something. I'm like, what is that? You just go to your duty officers, and there it is right there. So you can get a whole new triple there. A weird dotted one. So you can actually create. That's a genetically triple, and you have to have.
Oh no! I shouldn't have killed that tribble.
But you have to have the tribbles in order to do the tribbles. That makes sense now. I feel like it is. So, but anyways, I just gotta show you. I just do my regular life today. But that's it here for the starter base for Clan Mac, and this is Club Cashew 50 signing out. You can catch me on YouTube, Twitter. You can catch me on Facebook, Instagram. Clan Mac tier has got its own Xbox Club as well as its own Facebook group. It's spelled CLANNMACTIRE. So it's Clan Mac tier, and that's Gaelic or Irish kind of thing. It's tier, not tire, even though it's spelled tire. Yeah. Do Sea of Thieves, do all kinds of stuff. Just come check it out. You want to see something cool or fun? Yeah, I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.